Well, howdy. Say, a lot of you have asked me, how do I do videos when I'm hiking? Do I upload the videos and have somebody else do it, or do I really do it myself? Well, I did them all myself, and that's what I'm going to do on the next time. So in this episode, I'm going to show you how I did it, and I'll show you how you can do it too. All right, so what do I use to edit my videos on the trail? I use an app called Kinemaster, as you can see right here. Kinemaster is an app not only for Android, but for iPhone as well. It's very simple to use, actually, once you get the hang of it. But it's not one of those real complicated things. And so I'll show you right here. What this screen here is a list of all the projects that you make. Generally speaking, you're going to use this big orange button here and press the plus sign to start a new project. But since I've already built this project to save time for you, we're going to go here to the upper left tile and click on that. And then we're going to click on the orange edit icon. And here's the project that we're going to work on. So what happens when you first start a project? You actually see a blank screen without all this stuff here on the bottom. It's just a blank screen. And so what you start doing is you just start dropping in all your video clips. And after you drop in your video clips, you drop in your layers. And then you drop in your audio if you want to do audio like I've done here at the very end. And then you also do your transitions. And I'll show you all this stuff here. So the first thing that I always do on my videos is at the very beginning, I drop in a black background. This one right here. And how you do that is you come up here to this round circle. Well, I guess our circle is round, isn't it? Click on media and then click on background. And then you click on the black background right there, and that drops it right in. Just click the check mark on the upper right. And then the next thing I do here is I will actually do my intro graphic right here. See that? So what you do is you come over here, you click on layer this time, and then you click on media, and then you select where that media is, and then you drop it in right there. And as you can see over here on the right hand side now, it gives you a list of other things you can do to that layer that you just put in. And so what I always do is I select my in animation right here, and I always select fade, and then I select a time of 2 seconds. And that's just a personal preference. You can select any amount of time that you have on here to fade it in. And then after you do that, you click on in animation, come down to out animation, and then click fade, which is what I do. And then you can select the amount of time that you want it to take. And I just always select a 2 second out fade. You can see also that you have other types of animation on here, but generally speaking, 95% of the time, I just use the fade in and the fade out. It's simpler looking, doesn't make your videos messy looking. Right after I do that, I come up here and I start dropping in all my video clips. So again, what you do is you come up here to media, come over here to the folder that you have it in, and then you can either select them one by one, or you can drop in each one singly. So in this case, what I've done is I've already put them all in here, and so you just do the same thing. You put in your video clip, and then at the end of that clip, you can then drop in your next video clip, Again, just come up here to Media, go to the folder where you have it, select the clip that you want, and then drop it in. And then do the same thing for all the clips that you want to put in, right? Media, folder, so on and so forth. And then all the way to the very end. Now, what you'll have between each media clip, instead of having this kind of a symbol right here, you actually will have a symbol that looks like a plus sign, like we have right over, where is it? Right here between the last two. The plus symbol indicates that it's asking you to put a transition in between the clips if you want to transition. And I'll show you how that works as well. But before I do, once I get to the very end of my video that I'm producing, then I'll also come and put a black background at the very end. And the black background, again, you go to Media, Backgrounds, and select the color or style of background that you want. And the reason that I select a black background is so that I can just easily put an ending graphic as well as the end screens at the very end of my videos showing other videos that you can click on to watch. Other things that you can do in your videos is you can drop in music layers. So as you'll see on our finished product here, once we're all done, this is the audio layer that I've put in. And the way that you do that is you come back here to the circle, and then where it says audio, you click on that. And then just scroll through all your audios to the one that you're looking for, in this case right here, Sunshine on Sand. It'll play a sample for you, and then you just click the plus sign to add it into your project. And then once you put in the audio, you can then click on it and do a bunch of things to modify it. And the one thing usually that I'll do is the volume envelope, which is this one thing right here. Okay, I'll show it to you. This one thing over here on the right. And the volume envelope, as you can see, oops. As you can see, it puts these little dots in there. And then look at the volume slider as I move this over. So what the volume envelope does is it allows you to gradually increase the sound at certain points. And it also lets you gradually decrease the sound at certain points. You can keep it at lower levels, higher levels, and things of that sort. And then you can then increase it and all that. You can loop it. You can do other things such as equalization of the audio if you need to do that. All right, so once you have all your video clips in and your audio and all that, you can go down back to the very beginning and you can start dropping in your transitions again right here. So the thing about transitions is Kinemaster has quite a number of transitions that you can make, that you can have. And what I suggest is that you really don't want to get too fancy on your transitions. And as you've noticed in my videos, I probably 90% of the time, there's only 2 transitions that I typically use. And those transitions would be here in the classic. And those transitions are either crossfade or fade through. and 90% of the time those things work. And then between these two, between crossfade and fade through, I typically use crossfade 85, 90% of the time. I typically only use fade through if I want to try to denote a change of days between the video clips. So in this case here, let's just do crossfade, and then over here underneath, just going to select 3 seconds. And that's what I typically do on my opening credits here, 3 seconds. And then we'll go in here, the next one. I'll do 3 seconds there between those clips. And then we'll go to the end of this clip here. We'll do another transition. And again, we're just doing crossfade. And then same thing here at the end of that clip, crossfade. And the same thing here at the end of this clip. Oh, let me show you this here. So at the end of this clip, I've done a crossfade. And I've done something special here just because of this video that I'm showing you how to do a video. At the end of this video, I've placed a black background. And then I've placed the ending yakety yak of me telling you what we just did. But what I've also done is, because it's something special, I've also done a different kind of transition here, and you'll see the finished project when we're done. But that's a rare case. And then at the very end of the video, typically I will put a transition right here, typically a crossfade. But in this case, I want the effect of just having no transition at all, and you'll see how that works when we do the finished product. All right, so once again, on how you do this, it's a real simple process. You just start dropping in your video clips or your backgrounds. And then you place your layers like I've done here on this one. A layer is something that goes on top of a video clip. So that's something where you're showing something while you're talking about it, or you want to show 2 things at once or something like that. And after you've done all your layers, all right, if you haven't already done so, you can then do your transitions all throughout. And then that's about it. So that's really the process on how I edit videos on Trail. Even though it looks pretty simple, it's still time consuming. Like I've mentioned in the past, it does still take me about 6 to 7 minutes of editing to produce 1 minute of uploaded video. So if you're looking at a 30-minute video that I've produced, it probably took me 3 hours. Is that right? Something like that to edit it. So it's kind of time consuming. It's easy, but it's time consuming. All right, so that's how we edit videos. Now let's take a look at what this final cut looks like. Well, howdy. Say, a lot of you have asked me, how do I do videos when I'm hiking? Do I upload the videos and have somebody else do it, or do I really do it myself? Well, I did them all myself, and that's what I'm going to do on the next time. So in this episode, I'm going to show you how I did it, and I'll show you how you can do it too. About another hour down into Shanto, but it's always nice to find these spots when you're walking along the road, to find these spots that are off the road and somewhat concealed. Just kind of gives you a little sense of privacy. Well, at the same time, I guess you do get to watch the world go by still. So close I can taste it. Shantou Marketplace. What kind of good, healthy food will I have there? Pretty view, huh? Yep. Pretty view. Okay. So here we are with Dominique, Ula, and Zuzia. Hello there.
Hi guys.
Hi.
So they're from Poland, doing the great Western American tour, and they're on their way to Monument Valley tonight.
Yeah.
And then Zuzia's not too happy being in the car seat all that time, are you?
No.
So anyway.
But hopefully she will be now.
Yeah. So we hung out for a little bit, and thank you very much for your company.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot for
right.
your company, and have
Good
a good
luck.
trip.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck.
And their 5-week journey is still a long way to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Camping off the side of Highway 160. Nice sunset. And looks like, see what the weather does tomorrow. But maybe a little bit noisy. Train track right here, so I think the coal train's going to come through at least one time tonight. And then right off the side of the road right there, traffic does die down somewhat, or mostly during the night, but there's stuff that does come through every now and then. So, all right, Kayenta, 29 miles that way. Nighty night. Okay, well that's how I edit videos on the trail, and yes, it's all done with my phone. No computer, no camera, all on the phone. So if you have any questions that I didn't answer, just let me know in the comments down below, and also be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. Ring that bell and click on all, not personalized, but all. And also, give me a thumbs up, will you? See you next time.